Our top story at this hour to Bangladesh, where Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has registered a landslide victory. Reports say her Awami League has won over 260 of the 300 seats in the National Assembly. According to reports, the ruling Awami League-led Grand Alliance bagged 266 seats and its ally Jatiya Party secured 21, while the opposition National Unity Front with BNP being its key partner got only 7 seats. Independent candidates won in 2 seats, according to the local media. The elections were marred by violence and allegations of rigging. At least 18 people were killed in clashes on polling day. Violent clashes erupted between the ruling Awami League and the opposition BNP. However, Bangladesh Election Commission says that voting was peaceful. The opposition alliance, National Unity Front, has rejected the results and called for re-election under a neutral government. Now, speaking exclusively to Wion opposition leader, Kamal Hussain said that the elections were unfair and rigged.
What is your demand at this point in time?
To cancel this election, totally, and to hold a fresh election. To hold a fresh election under a acceptable administration, neutral administration. You see, it was always a question mark whether a partisan government could be expected to fulfill the commitment to hold a free and fair election. People now are convinced that this is now proven beyond doubt that a partisan government is incapable of holding a free and fair election. In fact, they are only capable of holding a totally unaccepted, partisan, fraudulent election.
The ruling Awami League was quick to hit back at Hussain. PM Hasina's advisor has denied the rigging claim, saying that the opposition can only come up with allegations.
These are allegations. Allegations, unless they are verified, they are substantiated. How does one... I could make many allegations. These are baseless, irrelevant. So let us stick to facts.
The results mean Hasina has been re-elected to a 4th term as Prime Minister. Her chief rival, Khalida Zia, who is reportedly partially paralyzed, faces an uncertain future in a Dhaka jail. Over 600,000 security personnel, including several thousand soldiers and paramilitary border guards, were deployed across the nation for the election, in which 10.41 crore people were eligible to vote. The Election Commission has announced the final results just now. Well, joining us for more is Pooja Mehta. She has been tracking these elections very closely from Dhaka. Pooja, very good morning to you. The results have been announced finally. What are the details, Pooja? Pooja, if you could hear me, the results have finally been announced as expected by a lot of people around the world, by a lot of countries around the world, and even the opposition is crying foul. Sheikh Hasina is coming back to power for a 4th term, and these results have just been announced. In fact, she has won over 266 seats out of 300 seats. All right, we're having some trouble getting connecting to a correspondent in Dhaka, Pooja Mehta. But for now, for audiences tuning in right now, some breaking news is coming in here in Wion that it is officially announced that Awami League is coming back to power in Bangladesh. Now, we know that the ruling Awami League-led Grand Alliance has backed 266 seats and its ally Jatiya Party has secured 21, while the opposition National Unity Front with BNP being its key partner has got only 7 seats. And independent candidates have also won 2 seats. And we also saw a lot of violence on the day of the polling. At least 18 people were killed on polling day. Violent clashes erupted between ruling Awami League and the opposition BNP. However, the Bangladesh Election Commission says the voting was peaceful. But the opposition alliance is not happy with these results. Remember, last time they did not run for elections. This time they say the results are rigged. They have rejected the results and called for re-election under a neutral government. But Sheikh Hasina's government says that the rigging claims are not true. They have denied the rigging claims. And they say that the opposition can only come up with allegations. Now, these results mean that Sheikh Hasina is coming back to power. This will be her record 4th term as Prime Minister. Her chief rival, Khalida Zia, who is reportedly partially paralyzed, faces an uncertain future in a Dhaka jail. And joining me for more details is our correspondent Pooja Mehta. She's joining us back. Pooja, if you can hear me. Now, these results were more or less expected. The ruling party is back in power in Bangladesh.
Absolutely, Shivangi. Just a while back, the Election Commission has officially announced the results. As you can see, a total of 299 seats went to the polls, and they have announced results on 298 seats, because the election had to be cancelled in one particular seat. And out of these 298 seats, the Awami League-led alliance, because there are several other parties as a part of an alliance, so they have got 288 seats. This apart, the Jatiya Oiko Front, which is the National United Front, they have managed to bag 7 seats, and rest others have bagged 3 other seats. So at this point in time, the official figures are these announced by the Election Commission. In a short while from now, the Election Commission is likely to address a press conference where they are again going to share the same figures. But like we heard and we were told yesterday, Sheikh Hasina had told their party leaders categorically to not carry out any victory marches or engage in any kind of celebrations till figures are announced officially by the Election Commission, because late last night the trends had already indicated that Sheikh Hasina is returning to power for the 3rd straight term, and Awami League is set to form government in Bangladesh. But as far as victory marches and celebrations are concerned, we may see those happening today. Shivangi?
Right. Pooja, tell us for 1 second, how many seats has Awami League won on its own without the alliances? And also tell us about the opposition's remarks on the results. The opposition is saying the elections were rigged, they are a farce. Now, you have been tracking these elections very closely in Dhaka on polling day. What are you picking up?
Well, Awami League alone has won more than 250 seats. So out of the total 288 seats, close to 30 seats have gone to the alliance parties who were a part of this grand alliance. But Awami League themselves have swept this entire election, because this election took place amidst incidents of violence being marred, and 18 people lost their lives, and the opposition calling for repolling. And just as we heard a while back, the Jatiya Oiko Front convener, Dr. Kamal Hussain, called for repolling under a caretaker neutral government. So amidst allegations of rigging, ballot stuffing and violence, Awami League-led alliance has swept this poll.
Right, Pooja. Also, tell us about the violence made headlines. You know, yesterday during the polling day, we saw 18 people were killed. There were clashes between the ruling party and the opposition, despite heavy security arrangements. So, where was the slip up when it came to security arrangements?
Well, absolutely. As far as security measures are concerned, all law enforcing agencies of Bangladesh, be it the Bangladesh border guards or Navy, Coast Guard, Rapid Action Battalion, Dhaka Metropolitan Police, all these officials were deployed by the Election Commission, because there were apprehensions of incidents of violence being reported and violence breaking out between the ruling party, Awami League, and the opposition party, BNP. BNP. But despite all these measures that were taken by the Election Commission, we saw how Awami League supporters clashed with BNP supporters. But let me tell you, out of these 18 people who lost their lives, mostly comprised Awami League supporters. So out of these 18, 11 Awami League supporters lost their lives. So casualties were on both the sides, BNP and Awami League. In fact, 2 civilians who had gone out to vote were caught in the crossfire when police had to resort to firing. They suffered bullet injuries and they succumbed to injuries later. So despite all these security arrangements, 18 people lost their lives. Shivangi?
Right, Pooja, thank you for joining us with all those details on the Bangladesh election results.